Hello! So, we're going to finish Act 4 today. I'm going to confess, I had a plan that I was going to go with, but I think I'm just not going to bother. We'll just push ahead with what we got. There is a belt that I wanted to get from Devil's Crossing that gives you, like, +1 to all things in a soldier. Basically, one of the issues that I wanted to get rid of the shield, I wanted to upgrade it, but if I get rid of this thing, my Aether resistance goes down too low, and it's not just because I took off the component. If I put the component back on, I'm only at 68. And then this belt, which I want to replace, also has Aether resistance on it. So it felt like it might be a bit of a hassle trying to get all that stuff worked out. So I'm just going to go ahead with what we got and see how it is. It'd be really funny if I could carry this shield all the way through to the end game. So we will see if that can be done. So far, it has been okay. In the last video, if you watched it, I ended up getting so many so many devotion points. I kind of don't need to get any more. Oop. Yeah, there's the usual early one that's coming right up, but I don't really need it. I don't think, anyway. I could get it for the extra resistance. That's one thing I could do, I suppose, is like get the node that gives you extra Aether resistance in the devotions, but. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna... Even spending so much time, like, pushing on this character, I kind of just want to... I just want to see if it works. And by works, I mean I want to see if it can survive log. Because it'd be kind of funny to me if this thing, if this Act 1 shield could take me all the way through. Yep. Yeah. Every time I play this game, I gotta... Or every time I start a new session, I have to remind myself how you're supposed to play this, these skills together. I'm gonna leave it. As it is, we're already kind of over-leveled compared to what I'd want to be. So normally, at this point, I would drop a, I would drop this rift gate here. Well, I'm going to drop the rift gate, but I'm just not going to come back to it. You drop this rift gate, you move up to the next rift gate, you secure it, you come back to here, you run through that, little mini dungeon, get the devotion point, and then from deep inside there, you can immediately come back and come back up to this other rift gate. But I am not going to do that. I'm going to get this devotion point because why not? But it's just so much of a time investment, and I'm kind of burnt out from all the farming of devotion points that happened in the last video. There was 5 of them, and I could have gone for a 6th, conceivably. The other thing I like about this shield is also just the cooldown you get. So, like, I'm currently at a cooldown of 2.1. That goes up to 2.6. And then if I take this thing off, then I think it's even higher. What is it? Yeah, it's back up to the 3.5, so. That didn't hit you at all. Alright, let's fight these dudes. Let's go. Come on up. I should have shaved my shout. I should have shaved my sout. I should have saved my shout. I also should have shaved my sout. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Took you long enough. The cult, it appears that the ritual is being...
Okay, I guess let's spend that point because might as well. Yeah, like one of the things I could do is I could come down here, like I'll get this. I could then get this one, and then if I wanted to address that extra 10%, that extra bit of Aether resistance, I could do that. I'm not going to bother. Well, let's just see if this thing works as is. Like, I don't know if level 40 is over leveled or not, but it, you know, it feels kind of over leveled. There may be a delay on the next leveling video. If you are just joining us, I've done 7. When I finish this thing, I will have done 7 of the 9 masteries, and there's only 2 left. Ooh. Oh. Oh. There's only 2 left. There's Oathkeeper and there's Demolitionist. And I think I'm just going to wait a little bit before doing the next one. I've kind of let certain in real life responsibilities slide a little bit by doing these. Not that it hasn't been fun. The fact that it has been fun is what's made it easy to let certain in real life responsibilities slide. But I've got some stuff that I've got to get on top of. There's not usually 2 guardians here. Are we having double spawns again? We better not be having double spawns again. I'm really not going to enjoy it if I'm getting double spawns in the log room. Oop. Wasn't paying attention. And is the last one down there? I can't quite see. But anyway, yeah, the last 2 are going to be Oathkeeper. We're going to do Spin to Win, and we're also going to do the what's it called? Blackwater Cocktail, Demolitionist. I will get to them. I do want to see this thing all the way through to the end. I just have to make sure that I'm seeing some other stuff all the way through the end too. Now, did I run by? Did I miss the thing? Oops. Where are you at? Can I get... No, I can't get to it from this side. It is the Western Blood Wagon. It must be around this way. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah. Oop. Oop, wrong key. Incidentally, if you did decide to do that, you wanted to do the Forcewave build with the 2-hander, good item right here. Very, very good. These are very, very good for that specific purpose. It's one of the few offensive items that gives you a very, very healthy resistance, like a good resistance. So it's quite valuable. Okay, we will have 2 boss fights prior to log. Hopefully those go smoothly. If nothing else, they should be pretty good DPS checks. Note. I have a feeling we're gonna have another weird map with like way too many friggin' summons. Okay, we'll read this. And we'll do this. This might put us over 40. Right, and it did not. But we're very close. There we go. And we will be putting the points into... health is fine. That's a lot of health. I'm going to put it into... This increases all damage and attack speed, which will increase our cadence procs. Yeah, sure. We'll just do that. Okay, and here's a boss. Okay. That is pretty fast. Maybe he's weak to physical damage or something like that, but that's pretty quick. Okay, where's the devotion? Okay. It's pretty quick as well. Alright. We'll just put that in there. And devotion, which one should we do? Well, I mean, this will give extra defensive ability, why not? Turn this. It opens up this. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, wrong way. Yeah, this does feel solid. It would be nice with the better shield.
Can't do that.
Or nicer with a better shield, but it is pretty nice already. Yeah, it feels good. We'll have to see how it goes with log. That's the big one. Like, yeah, everything feels good. The damage on the Blitz feels good. It's on a decent cooldown. Forcewave isn't doing bad, considering that we haven't maxed it out or anything. Oh boy. This is a lot of gear. Yeah. I'm just gonna get rid of a bunch of the gear. This is better than the one that I've got right now. Do I want to put it on? It's only an improvement of 78. Like, normally I would, but I think I'm just not going to bother. That won't be of much use. Not using offhands. I'll keep the item, but I don't think an extra 75 damage or 78 damage, or what was it? Extra 78. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference anyway. Yeah, it's very, 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 very little in the grand scheme of things. Okay, is that? Oh, this is increased Aether resistance. I actually should put that on, but again, we're kind of at a point where we've practically been like farming way more, just because of all those extra zones that we went to. So I'm just gonna dump it. Come on. I really should be selling that stuff off. It's also really hilarious with like what a big difference it makes to have the extra movement speed. Yeah, the last two videos have been like the no, not the last one. The previous one was actually quite long, but the beginning, like the end of Act 3 and the beginning of Act 4. Really felt quite quick just because of the movement speed that you get from the exclusive skill. It is nice. Damn it. Wait, wait. Did I dodge that Nova? I'm just going to have to step away from the computers for 1 second. I'll kill these guys. Sorry. I will be back in a moment. And apologies for the delay. Alright, where am I? That went right through him, right? That was like 3 procs in a row. That's pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Let's see what you got, bud. Okay, just want to wait for my potions to come back. Okay. Wasn't too difficult. Wasn't too slow either. I had to go a lot slower on other characters. What's this? Okay. Okay, wish me luck. Oh. Nope. It's not great. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Okay, get the potions back. Okay, well, it took a while. Yeah, I should probably look up his stats because that felt long. I should probably compare it to the whatchamajerky. The I have never noticed how gross that sounds before. Listen to that. Listen to that calamari squirming around there. Yeah, that felt. Oh, that's gross. That felt a lot. That felt slow. I'll have to double check if it was slower than the Nightblade. I feel like it might have been, but I don't know for sure. Okay, let's go. Let's turn this guy in and do the quick jump to Elite to see how it is. Okay.
Good, you're back.
Sure. What is it?
You see the luminary.
Come on. Ow.
Good, you're back.
Darn, sorry.
To admit this. You see the luminary. Long been a whiff.
Okay.
Excuse me. My father and I were part of a...
Okay. Get this. Read that. Sell off these items just so I have a little bit more space. And, oop. Well, we'll get that back. Just in case. You never know. Yeah, so we got to jump up ahead in difficulty. So how are we for capped? Are we overcapped? We're not actually overcapped. We're overcapped on Pierce, but we're not overcapped on either these or the poison. So yeah. No, I don't think it'll be a big deal. Well, let's find out.
Still drawing. He's
Okay, what do our things look like? Okay, yeah, that feels a little bit low. So what I'm going to do is, I'll do.
looking too bad for someone just come back from the bodies. You will.
I will do a little bit of just gear shuffle, just in case there's something I can get from it. Something I can get that helps out here. Okay. Aether, elemental, resist. I should be selling those. I don't even. Let's see if I have a ring that could do it. That's Aether and Elemental. Now these, at this point in the game, these resistances on the things I've been carrying, they're starting to feel a little bit low, so they're probably due for getting replaced. Now, replaced with what, though? That's the question. I'm not over on my Aether resistance, and this doesn't make up for it quite as much as I'd like. Used in chest armor. No, I can't use that. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out on my own, and then we're gonna cut ahead to the moment where I've actually solved the problem. And we're back. Sorry for the delay on that. Proved to be a little bit trickier than I wanted it to be. In the end, we took care of all the main resistances. Everything is up to 80. Our Aether and our Chaos took a little bit of a dip there. That'll be okay, though. It's not a big deal. So we're still doing good damage to the trash. It's going to be rough. This first guy coming up is going to be difficult. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, gotta go the long way. I did, in looking at the numbers, it looks like my damage might have gone down a fair bit, just to get the resistances to where I want them to be. Just had to swap in some items that weren't all that great, so I think it might have been, might need to do, like if I was going to continue on with this, I think I'd want my numbers to be a lot higher. Like, well, actually, no, that's not terrible. That was up because of the cadence proc. Okay. Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay. It looks like my health went down a little bit too. Just from some of the choices I had to make there. Come on, come on. Okay. Alright. I wonder how this arm does not help me. This bloody arm does not bloody help me. Eh, it's okay. Better helmet. I'm not going to swap it out. But actually, there might be a number of things that I need to replace, like upgrade, not just the shield. Oop. Yeah, it's possible my armor is not where it's supposed to be. I'll skip that quest guy. I don't need it. We're just trying to test it out against the bosses anyway. The bosses and the tougher mobs.
I can't do that yet.
It feels okay. I'm not exactly sure what the appropriate way to be to make this stronger. That's another issue when it comes to having like so many different skills selected, is that, oh, that's pretty good. Oh.
I can't do it yet.
It's another issue with having like so many different skills on here to mess around with, because I've used so many of these. These represent a lot of different levers, and I'm not sure which lever I should be pushing to get the numbers where I want them. I said the damage still feels pretty good. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna post the physical resistance of Logorian, just to see if there's a reason why that fight took so long. So that'll be showing up shortly. Those stats will be up on the screen. And maybe that'll explain why that fight took as long as it did. One thing to think about that hasn't really come up at all, really, in the, or not much, in, like, any of the playthroughs, is the notion of reflected damage. Damn it. This is a build that I think would struggle a fair bit if there was, if I was up against mobs that were dealing a lot of reflected damage back to me. I don't have any way of mitigating that right now, I don't think. And I think on this playthrough you do start to run into monsters where that's a real problem if you're not taking it into account. Come on out. Come on out. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, just gonna wait for that to die down. And then, of course, there's the question of if you're going to go with the second mastery, and you generally should, if you want to keep on with this playstyle, what would be the best second mastery to go with? I don't know. I don't. I think the, well, what Wrecked by Protoss did was he did, what's it called? He did a Warlord. So, that makes a lot of sense just because you're a sword and board type character. And the Oathbreaker has, sorry, the Oathkeeper has a lot of bonuses to sword-related things. The one thing that character would not have, though, is an on-demand heal. And maybe it's possible that you don't need one with this. I'll be honest, I would feel a little bit more comfortable if I had something besides just the health potion to take care of healing. But if you're looking at on-demand heals, then your options are, if we don't include the upcoming DLC, your main options are Occultist, which has some synergy with this. We can talk about that in a bit. Okay. Yeah, there's whoop. Okay, last bunch. And no veteran packs, which is nice.
Can't do that yet.
Sorry, just a bit distracted trying to get that little spot done. Okay. All right, so it's not in a terrible spot. I do think that some of this armor might need to be upgraded. Yeah, this is level 25, and I'm on level 41, so this is probably a good idea to have like a better version of this. These shoulders should be okay. This shield needs to be upgraded. There are better weapons that are dropping. There's like one that's in the stash right now. These pants are okay. Belt is okay. Helmet could probably do with an upgrade. These are boots. I had to replace these boots, so I lost some movement speed. These are better gloves, I think. Yeah. Well, they're better than what I had before anyway. Okay, so going through, what's the what are your options? So for your second class, you can go with Demolitionist. This gives you a commando. I don't really know how these are supposed to work well together. This one has a passive that gives you, it's like elemental damage to your stuff, and I think this one gives you okay, so this one gives you bonus physical damage, and that's like on hit physical damage along with the percentage, so that might go along really well with this. This here is if someone hits you, then you have some retaliation stuff. It also gives you extra speed, which is nice, but you got a lot of speed on this thing already. This gives you the I think the healing is probably a lot better on this one because it just increases the healing by a fair amount. And then this is more like about like fire and lightning damage being added to the retaliation proc that happens. After that, it's weird. It's like you got to start, I guess, focusing on things that'll do a lot of physical damage. Like this one does physical damage. It's got a relatively small cooldown. It's not bad. This one has physical, so these ones here are okay. But the Blackwater Cocktail is going to be more about the fire and some chaos. This stuff here, this does resist reduction, but that's again more elemental. And Aether and Chaos there, so that doesn't help you as much. This Circuit Breaker would be okay. Yeah, that'd be really okay, because it helps out with resistances. Or like upping your max resistances too, so it makes you a little bit tankier. Yeah, I don't know, that could work. The Occultist. The Occultist, there's not tons here if you're looking to support the soldier. There is some. This one here, this Curse of Frailty reduces physical resistance, which is nice. This is an on-demand heal, which is good, and it'll also give you some bonus physical resistance and poison and acid resistance, so that's good. Like one of the big things is honestly this, even though you don't do chaos damage, this gives you a lot of attack speed. You know, that could be really helpful, and the defensive ability won't hurt you either, and neither will a vitality resist. That said, there's not too much extra that you can use unless you want to go the other way and have your occultist be your main character and the soldier be the one underneath it. Not quite sure how that would work. I think Blade Arc actually also comes into that a little bit because one of these does bleeding damage. Yeah, the Bloody Hawks does bleeding damage, and your Blade Arc also does bleeding damage. But anyway, Nightblade. So Nightblade, the Blade Master is good, but I think it's a little bit better for making a Nightblade tankier than it is for making your soldier have a little bit more damage. This ability here, the Pneumatic Burst. Oh, wait a second. Okay, yeah. So the Pneumatic Burst, it does give you an on-demand heal, which is good, and increases your speed temporarily. The problem is you can't do the cooldown reduction on it because that's a dual-wielding technique. If I'm understanding it correctly, if you're sword and board, you can't take advantage of that. You have to have a weapon in each hand. Otherwise, like, and there's a little bit of mismatch with the damage types as well, in the sense that, like, this is all about the piercing, but we're doing straight up physical. So I don't know. These will go around and they'll proc devotions for you. Otherwise, I'm not sure how this will work together. This might be another one where you'd probably want to go primarily Nightblade and then use the the soldier tree or the soldier page in order to get your bonuses. Like if you're a Nightblade and you've got this thing that's giving you offense ability and armor for free, and this is giving you attack damage and all damage, and you know that's great. You know this thing here giving you a lot of bonus health. This thing here giving you damage and elemental resistance. This shout reducing resistances. And then you've got this thing that lets you run around, and it gives you pierce damage too. So like, that might be the way to go, is to not be sword and board. So next, Arcanist. Arcanist is tough. There is some crossover in the sense that if you look here, if you were going to do Forcewave, one of the things you can do with Forcewave is you can choose this, and this converts your Forcewave physical damage into elemental damage. And does it go all the way to 100? It goes all the way to 100, so you can convert all of your physical damage to elemental damage, which is interesting. So you got an auto attack here, and if you go with elemental damage, then all of a sudden you've got this here, which would increase your elemental damage, including your like on hit elemental damage. So that's interesting. Otherwise, I'm not very well versed in the battle mage, and I don't know the right way to go about it. Next, Shaman. Shaman is another one where this can get you really tanky. You don't have an on-demand heal unless you count your Wendigo totem, which I suppose that makes sense that would count as an on-demand heal, because you just drop it and it just pulses and heals you. The thing that makes this really tanky is I think this down here is the Mogdragon's Pact. This is really good. If you were going Blade Arc and you were doing bleeding damage, then this gives bleeding resist reduction, and then you could even switch into this where you're doing bleeding damage with physical damage as opposed to just straight up physical. This other stuff is a little bit less useful for you. You can still do it. Actually, that's not. I take that back. I did a Savagery Warder, and it was very strong. It did a lot of damage. It was quite good. And this proc is okay, and this proc is okay. Now the one thing about it though is if you're doing the Savagery, or if you're doing like Primal Strike or these other ones, you'd want to go with a two-hander, and we're doing sword and board, and like this is a, for instance, this here is a two-handed melee or two-handed range weapon bonus, so that doesn't work. It requires two-handed melee or two-handed range. These are good bonuses, but you can't use them. Same thing. So these won't work. That said, I'd done a Shaman starting out with Savagery, and then I spec'd into Soldier for the passive bonuses, and that was really strong. Next, Inquisitor. I do not know how this would work together. Maybe something to do with the pistols, but again, it's piercing damage. You got this piercing damage here. You've also got on the other one. This is physical damage. It has the on-demand heal, which is nice, but this is another one where you need a two-handed melee or two-handed range in order to get the lower cooldown on it. Otherwise, there's a lot of elemental stuff in here, and I don't know if this would jive as well with the Soldier as the Arcanist does. That said, one thing that I haven't even mentioned at all really is that a lot of like late game builds, like the real late game builds, involve damage conversion. So you can run into a situation where it doesn't even matter if the two masteries don't have great damage overlap. There might be items that do a lot of damage conversion for you. So maybe like your auto attacks all become chaos based, and that makes your that would make a combination with Occultist strong on that level. Okay. Anyway. All right, so the Necromancer and Soldier is considered one of the strongest combinations for new players. Apparently this gets you really, really tanky and really, really strong. I've never played it, so I don't quite know exactly how it works. I don't know if you go with damage conversion or what. That part I honestly don't know. I would go into YouTube and look up Wrecked by Protoss and see what he had to say on it, because he's going to have tons to say on the Death Knight. And then the last one is the Oathkeeper, and this is probably the most natural fit if you're going to do the playstyle that we've just been doing. You get bonuses that are shield bonuses here, and these give you extra procs that would help with cadence. You could scrap cadence, so you can go with this, although this one adds like fire damage, so it depends if you want to do that. You could go with this one, or you can go with the other one. if you, because they both increase physical damage, but I think the other one's probably like maybe a wee bit better because it has the on hit, or is it, oh no, it's the internal trauma. I don't know. However, you got the shield bonuses. These, you got this extra line of buffs here. This will give you, you know, retaliation. This will give you health and shield block chance and healing improvements. This one gives you extra physical damage. There you go. So that's going to hurt. And then you can have ascensions. You can take care of that. You got a circuit breaker here, and you got an extra charge, which is nice. You also have these dudes here, and these ones, they do reduce physical resistance. So these are summons that you can have that will run out in front, and as they attack people, they sort of debuff them, making them more prone to physical damage, which you are dealing a lot of. And of course, and sorry, back to this, you have the extra charge, so you could like charge into one, charge into another one, and then you could even potentially get a movement speed, or sorry, a movement skill from the DLC, from the DLC content, which you'll have access to if you're going Oathkeeper anyway, and then they'll give you like 3 charge attacks that you can use in succession, which would be kind of funny. So yeah, that's an option too. And then you have this thing here. I don't know if you want to go spin to win with it. I mean, you could, but it seems, I'm not quite sure that the marriage there is quite perfect. But you also have this is another way. This like could conceivably replace your Forcewave in that it like knocks people down. I'll probably be using this skill when I do the Oathkeeper playthrough, so you can see that. Otherwise, I guess that's it. Yeah, this is it didn't feel good at the beginning. It felt a little bit precarious at the beginning. So I think if I was going to do this again, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't switch into Blitz so early. I would probably run around and just do two-handed Forcewave and just get to the end of get near the end of Act 3, and then maybe midway through the Homestead section, that's where you start switching everything over. So you'd want to, when you get the shield, when the shield drops with Warden Krieg, you want to hold on to it. You don't want to sell it, because this is obviously quite good for what we're doing here. Yeah, I think that's probably the way that I do it, and then switch over like wholesale to the sword and board, because this really started feeling good to play, barring a couple of bosses. This felt really, really good to play near the end of Act 3 and then throughout Act 4. You know, just moving around really quickly, you're dealing a lot of damage on Blitz, and it was good. But in the beginning, I would probably stick almost entirely with Forcewave, like two-handed Forcewave. Get a strong two-hander. There's plenty that drop in this game. Get the Blitz. I don't know if I'd max out the Blitz. I'm not sure about the Shout. I might. I don't know. But like this, and then getting, oh yeah, and this as well. Wouldn't bother with Cadence, wouldn't bother with this proc. Might get that, and a couple of the other ones. This is tough. It's one of the reasons why Soldier is a good support mastery, is you've got all of this good stuff that you can take advantage of throughout this tree. And I didn't even look at this. And I'm sword and board, and I didn't even touch Overguard. So that's something to think about too. But anyway, all right. I think it's enough blabbing for now. Like I said, I'm going to take a little bit of a break before I move on to the final 2 playthroughs. But so far, it's been solid. Only the one death, and that one death was just me being irresponsible and running into a super powerful boss and getting shotgunned. Boss that you're well advised to avoid anyway if you're playing. But yeah, okay, I think we're done. Okay, goodbye.